Hardscape like a pro, with Pro with landscaping, where we teach you how to hardscape like a pro. Pro with landscaping.
Today I'm going to show you how to do a corner with Versa-Lok Block. Versa-Lok Weathered Standards does not come with a pre-fab corner, so you have to make your corners, and there's a couple of ways to do that. You can do it with a mechanical machine or block splitter and put it in there, wrench it down, and it'll split the block. We don't have one of those here today on site, so what we're going to do is the other way to do it, which is a little harder, but I've done it a lot this way for many years, and it's to split the block by hand. So here we have the Versa-Lok block. These blocks are approximately 16 inches wide. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find 8 inches and split it down the middle here. And on the back of these blocks there is an indentation here, which is right in the middle. So you're going to want to split this with a chisel. You'll come across here. First you're going to get your marks on your line, then you'll do it here. You go ahead and hit this one here. You'll flip it over and then connect those two, and you'll keep rotating the block, hitting it with the hammer and chisel. We got chisel here. We also have this chisel. This one's better. This one protects your hand a lot better. This one doesn't have that. Got your hammer here. This is a 4-pound. Some call it a caveman hammer. We will start by marking down the center here, and I'm going to get going on that. I will probably speed this up a little bit so you don't have to sit through and watch me do all that. But, all right, so I'm going to get started on that, and then I'll show you the next step. One other thing I wanted to bring up before we get started, I am wearing goggles. I do have glasses under these, but those aren't always you know, going to block small pieces of concrete from getting in your eye. So you want to have your PPE, your personal protection equipment, covering your eyes, protecting your eyes. And because when you're chipping this, some small pieces of concrete can fly up and get in your eyes, and nobody wants that. That'll ruin your day. Making sure that this is on 8 inches to split it down the center. Here what I'm doing is finding the mark from the first part coming up, so it'll line up with the 8 inches on this side also. So what you'll do is, after you get all your scores around the whole thing, you just keep flipping it and going around until you break it, and you'll start to feel when it's going to break. It's nothing I can really describe, actually. It's just kind of something you feel while you're working with the stone or with the concrete block. All right, there's a split right there. You see how I went around it a few times. Double tapping, sliding, double tap, slide, double tap. Keep doing that. And the reason that we did this is because Versa-Lok has the smooth side. It comes like that. So if you were to put this on a corner, you would see this and it would not match up with the weathered part of it. So you split them in half, creating this weathered part. That's the block, that's the center of the block. And each one you've created, you know, and it gives it that look like it's more natural instead of done by a machine. It's certainly not perfect, which is what you want. You want it to be a little different to match up with the wall. So I'll take this over here and I'll show you guys here in just a second exactly how we plan install these. Okay, so we've got our base down at the corner here. So this first block, you still have to split that in half because you want this second block that's running that direction to be able to fit into this slot so that the wall turns that way. So this first block is cut in half and it's running this direction. Your next block that you split in half, that we just chiseled in half, will go here and it'll run this direction. And then you alternate. So the next one on after that will go back this direction. And the one on top of that will run that direction. That's creating a bond in the corner along with giving you this look that you're going for on both sides. That weathered look instead of what's standard, like this smooth look. You don't want that on the corner. So what I'm going to do is I'll set a couple of these in place, come back to you and show you what that finished product looks like. So I just put the one that you saw me split in half running back this way. The next one will run this way, and like I said, the next one will run in that direction. So that is 1, 2, 3. So you have your one on the bottom going that way, this one going that way, this one going that way. So they're alternating every other row. So that is how you construct a Versa-Lok Weathered Standard block retaining wall and how you split them. You're going to put another full block here. Of course, that's going to help with your running bond. That'll even these out, and then you'll come back from this direction with the full one. There'll be another one, a cut piece here, and then you'll have another piece here, but it's going to run that direction. And then same thing, it just keeps going back and forth. And I'll come back to this and explain pin system and what we glue and why we do it that way. So we're back, we got this corner finished up here with each alternating block, and like I was saying earlier, this Versa-Lok system is a pin system. So the pins, I don't know if you can see these pins down in there, go into these holes. And also what I like to do with these corner pieces is to glue them in. Put the glue down, put the piece on, and then go ahead and pin it where the pins will fit. They don't always line up exactly like they would on a regular bonded block on the running bond, because things are turning each other way underneath and on the next level. But you can usually get a good pin in there, and I also fortify that with some glue. This one's the Tech and Seal. There are several brands out there that are landscaping glue for extreme temperatures, hot or cold, wet or dry, that work really well on concrete masonry products. So what we'll do is we'll walk down, and this is a very tall, good example, but I will walk down to the other end and show you guys what that corner looks like, and it's about probably 4 feet tall, so you get a better idea. We are down at the other end of the wall, and you can see here, just like with down there, every other block is turned. So come around the corner here, you see these are this way, this one runs this way, this one runs this way, this one runs this direction, and alternating. And so you still have your running bond with your seams every other block here, along with here, with your cut pieces. So that keeps everything strong. All of these are pinned, and they're also glued. I like to glue those just to give it a little bit more fortification. The pin system does work really good with this product, but gluing them is also good. Now, we didn't have to do a geogrid system on this wall. It was not tall enough, but I'll go ahead and do it anyway, just at least on one row, just to also give that a little bit more fortification. So that is the wrap-up of how you do a Versa-Lok Weathered Standard corner. how you chisel them and install them. Hope this was informative.
Hardscape like a pro, with pro with landscaping, where we teach you how to hardscape like a pro. Pro with landscaping.